Okay, it's been a while since I finished this up. I got sick in between, so I haven't been feeling too good. So today's a good day and I feel pretty good. So figure I'll finish this up. So as you can see, I put the gauges in, and because they're white, it's kind of nice because I can still see them even when it's dark out. Because I don't have power yet, and that's what I want to do today. So I took off the bottom panel there. That's the panel over there, and it comes off really easy. You can see those little screw holes right there. There's like 3 of them. You just take the Phillips screws out of there. You can see they went here, down there, and there's one down there. On this panel, if you haven't taken one of these out before, you want to make sure you check that you got your clips that came out of the panel. Take them off if they stay inside the little clip space and put them back on the plastic panel. Here's my dog. I'll get out of the way, buddy. Okay, so to wire this up, I want it to come on when I turn my lights on. And for me, it seems like the easiest way to do this is this is like a little deal you can steal one of your fuse spots. And it's got a little deal on top here where you can put the original fuse and then you add a fuse for this circuit, and this will allow me to hopefully control my dash lights. Now, you just get your diagram of your fuses, and in this case I'm looking for, it says instrument lights, and so I'll try to locate that. It's a 7.5A fuse. There's my fuse box down there. I don't know if it's showing up here. And that's it right over here. I'll locate that fuse, put that deal in, and then here is the control unit for this. On the ground here. Now I did a couple of things. Basically, you got a box, and you've got the leads that plug into the gauges to power them. And here's some of the leads hanging out here. So you just plug these in there. That part's easy. And the other part is you got power, and the hot's gonna go to that fuse device I showed you, and the black will just go to a ground. And then we've got, what I did is, this is the little dimmer switch that comes with it, and I took one of my, oh, you can't see it here because I'm missing the panels. Let me show you over here. On the bottom gauge you got knockout panels, and so my intent is I'm going to plug that gauge in, that dial deal right in here, the potentiometer, and you'll see it when I'm all done. So I'm going to hook some of that up and I'll show it to you what it looks like when I get it done. And so I'm going to pause the video here and I'll start it up again. Here's the first thing I did. So I went through and just connected all these wires. I'm going to grab some cable ties and hook all this up. Just tie this up into the top here. So next I'm going to work on getting my power going to it. Okay, what I did is I got a fuse puller, and I already put the fuse inside this end here, and it was a little tight, so just make sure it lines up good. You're not bending the pins in there. But this plugs in really easy. If you come down here and you look, it's the 4th one counting from the right. You can see it's only blank spot right there, and this plugs in pretty easy. So wish I had an assistant to hold the wires back for you, but and it's going to be a little tricky two-handed or one-handed. So just put that in there, push it in, and there you go. So there's my hot juice that should come on when I turn my lights on. So, okay, I'm not a big fan of crimping, so I brought this back in, and I got some bullet connectors, I call them, and I want to make this a little bit more modular. So basically all I did is I put female in on the fuse box. I did end up having to crimp this because it's got so much plastic on it. But I tested it out with an ohm meter and it feels pretty solid. The wires on this end are really thin, so I tinted them and made this the male end. And hopefully the idea is I'll just plug this into the other one, and if I ever need to remove it for a reason, I can just pull it out instead of having to re-crimp every time if I need to connect or disconnect it. Haven't quite decided how I want to do the ground yet, but I just wanted to show you that update. So I'll go back in and put this back in the car, and then figure out the ground situation. Alright, got her all wired up here. Show you what I did there. I had to take this out of that little panel, and you'll see why at the end. But this is my little potentiometer. Here's the power converter. Then I plugged in all my wires there. Here's that bullet connector I made that goes to the fuse. I tapped into a ground line right here. And then I actually tested it out and it all works. I'll try it out when it's dark so you can see it. It doesn't show up very good because it's bright daylight out. And so now I'm going to do is get this stuff here. This is actually tomato plant tie, but this is Velcro and it works really good, and you can pick this up like big old roll of this for like $3 at a store, and it's great. I started tying up some of my wires here with this stuff, and it's way better than never used black electrical tape. I don't even know why they invented that stuff. That's the worst stuff in the world. And so now I just gotta put my panel back on. The reason why I had to take that out of the deal here is because it won't fit through that little hole. So you gotta put this from this side on here, and then bring the potentiometer through here and plug it in, and then plug it back in. So I'll show it all when I get it back all together. But I did test it out and it does work, so now I just got to tie it all up, and I'll show you what it looks like at night. Okay, here I finally got it in. Got my dash all back in at the bottom part of my dash in. And so the last thing to do is check it out, and I'll do that at night there.